Hey guys, JJ here, bringing you another behind-the-scenes look at Douglas Talks. And well, I'm super excited because we've been doing this for 5 weeks now. So we've had 5 Douglas videos since this last behind-the-scenes look that I put out. And well, that's 5 videos in 5 weeks. We were able to do more in 5 weeks than we were in 3 years before having this space, which is huge. It's awesome. It has been such a blessing to be in here. Well, you know, the road to here was a little bit difficult. So one of the behind the scenes things I want to talk to you guys about was just kind of what all went on this summer as far as getting this space. So the wheels were turning on this earlier in the spring, which you know, I had the idea that I needed to be putting out more Douglas videos, and I felt like I could. But the big hindrance was the space. I didn't have anywhere to put up the studio. So I went to, again, an awesome group of people and asked them if I could borrow this space, or rather rent this space for a very, very small amount. And they got back to me and they said, how about you just use it for free? So that's where we are, which is it's awesome. So I got all my stuff got, you know, all the stage stuff out of storage, and I put it up in here, and I you know, I repainted it and did all this stuff, and I set up my lighting and all the stuff that I needed for the space, and it was perfect. So I filmed an episode earlier in the summer, and that was great. And so this building here, you know, this is just one room in the building, and they were doing some construction in another part of this building, and so they did a mold test just to kind of see what they were getting into. And the place that they were remodeling, the area they were remodeling, did not have a whole lot of mold. I mean, it had some, so they needed to take care of that. But the real problem was here, this room. So, I mean, it was bad. It was a dangerous amount of mold. So I put on a respirator and came down here and undid all the stuff that I had done in this room to get it ready, you know, to take the stage back up out, and it just... Yeah, mostly, I guess it wasn't the stage so much as I just tried to save the electronics, scrub down the other stuff later. So, got the electronics and the lights and everything up out of here, and scrubbed it down, and, you know, got it safe and protected while they decided what to do with the rest of the space. And honestly, I was kind of worried that since I'm the only one who uses the space, they're just like, well, we're just going to button that up, and we're not going to use it. Because it's dangerous levels for, you know, people working or doing anything down there. So I thought, I'm going to have to find a new spot. But goodness me, they got together and they solved the problem very quickly. They were like, we're going to get this cleaned out and cleaned up, and they did. So they got all the stuff cleared and cleaned, and it's good now. Although, rather, they got it all cleaned, and then it was good, and so then I moved all my stuff back in. And then later, I found out that they got a suggestion from the mold people. They were like, "You should really take out that carpet because it's bad too." And so we had to tear out the carpet, and then we were gonna have carpet in here. But and I should put up some trim board on the walls. But we went to a local business and asked if we could buy some cheap carpet, and this local business said, "Oh, you can just have it." Which is also awesome. God's really been taking care of this. So now I've got some nice new carpet instead of the old sort of stinky carpet that was here before. So it was really kind of a roller coaster getting this space because that took all of the summer, and I was kind of wanting to jump on this at the beginning of the summer, and I got one episode filmed, but I wasn't able to do the weekly schedule that I can now. So it took the summer, so that kind of took a little bit of faith to get through that, because, you know, I had all these plans. I'm like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and things kind of seemed to go crazy. But honestly, in the end, it was totally God looking out, because if, you know, they hadn't done that mold test, then I would have just been working down here. And if they hadn't said that we need to take out the carpet, then I wouldn't have the nice new carpet that I have now. So it's really, yeah, God is good, and things have been going really well. One of the things that I want to do in these behind the scenes as well at the end, if you know, whatever else I'm talking about, I kind of want to go into kind of the writing of the episodes, the previous episodes. Maybe not all of them, but a few of them. So, because well, some of them some of the stories that Douglas tells are stories from my life, or there might be a funny story about how I came up with that story. So, for example, we had this last cycle, last 5 episodes. There were a couple things that happened to Douglas that are pretty much straight exactly out of my life. I might have changed it up a little bit, but so for example, the what to do when you're afraid episode, Douglas talks about that scary hole in the basement that he thought, monsters were going to come out of. That is exactly something from my childhood, even down to when we moved, I didn't want to go down there because of the hole, and then found out that it was just this spray painted black spot. So that all those horrible emotions that Douglas was feeling, that was part of my childhood. And another one was my family is really into Boy Scouting, at least we certainly were when I was younger. And so that story of Douglas and the tent stakes pulling up out of the ground, and then the tent falling down on him, that is something directly from my life. I added some things, so like there wasn't the tornado siren afterwards. Little JJ just put his tent back together and crawled into his sleeping bag all wet and muddy afterwards. So it wasn't quite the same, but it's something that came from my life. And I think that's interesting when that sort of thing happens. And if you find that interesting, if you want to hear some more things like that, like how do you come up with your stories, or really if you have any questions at all about making Douglas Talks, please leave a question or a comment in the comment section on this YouTube site. And it's been a huge blessing to be able to make these videos, and I'm excited to be able to kind of go behind the scenes with you as we continue to make these Douglas videos. Thanks, guys.